Hey everyone, this is John Link with Apache Village RV Center in Hazelwood, Missouri. We've already had a sneak peek at this 2023 Jayco Terrain, but today we're going to take a deeper dive and look at some of the features this vehicle has to offer. It's a looker. We're going to walk around the exterior and go over some of the features of this new 2023 Jayco Terrain 19Y. So let's state the obvious first. This is built on a Mercedes diesel chassis with a 3-liter V6. Has 188 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque, 7-speed automatic transmission. Now this is the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 2500 4x4, has a 144-inch wheelbase. And Jayco has this equipped as well with these BF Goodrich off-road tires here. So as far as going off the grid, you have a well-equipped vehicle to take you to where you want to go. You'll see these are extremely popular to take out on hiking trips, fishing trips. I myself am a fly fisherman. There are rod racks on the roof. There's an LED light bar. There's this beautiful Carefree Awning here with an LED light strip. It is ready to hit the road and take you on your off-grid journey. Now going back to the Carefree Awning, this actually has a wind sensor on it. So I do highly encourage you roll your awning in whenever you're leaving the vehicle, just in case. But let's say you forget, there is a wind sensor on this awning that will sense a high wind and roll the awning in to protect it for you. Now moving on to another feature, you notice this ladder. This ladder is actually removable. If you look up here, there's a little rung where the ladder hangs on to the back. And then these nice rubber feet, you unscrew this to detach the ladder, but that ladder is attached to the back door and can be moved around the vehicle and hung on this side rack to access anything you need to access on the roof. This vehicle also comes equipped with a roof rack. Whether you want to put kayaks up there, bikes, if you're like me, probably a fly fishing rod too, store some fly rods up there. But you can move that ladder around the side of the vehicle and attach it to this rack and gain access to the top of the vehicle. It has all of your connectors already ready to go. There's your 7-pin right there. Next to that, you have your sewer hose tube. And then here we actually have a jack for the air compressor. So there's a front and rear jack for the air compressor on this vehicle. Here, you could tow a nice enclosed trailer or flatbed with some toys on it. I don't know what toys you need other than this, but I guess you want to bring a side-by-side, take it out on a hunting trip, whatever you want to bring. Let me show you something else interesting about the Mercedes chassis. When you're going to refuel the 24-gallon fuel tank, you do that here. So, a little different than vehicles we're used to here in the States, but that's where your fuel refill is. 24.5 gallons. Now coming down the driver's side, I'll show you a couple of other features we have. We have these nice Jayco running boards here that are lit by a white LED light. Kind of shines out from under the undercarriage. We have our valve right here for the gray water holding tank, and then the sewage line right here. Right above that, we have the cassette for the toilet. So this is removable. You have a nice light here for the workstation with 3 different brightness settings. So at night, if you're messing around with this and you forgot your flashlight, you have a nice work light here to help you accomplish your goal. Moving further along the driver's side compartment, here's your city water connection, 30 amp service. Here's a little remote plug to hook up a solar panel. And then if you look above here, you'll see that they built these little fiberglass protrusions on the exterior of the vehicle. That gives you a little more space in the sleeping area, and I'll get to that in a second when we get inside. Okay, we're gonna move on to the interior of this beautiful Jayco. First feature you see is this little retractable table that's mounted to a ram mount right there. It's very nice. You can flip it up, it gets out of the way so you can close the door. Then if you need a little place to serve food or store some of your gear for the time being, you just pop the table down or pop it right back up. Now below that you have your low point drains and a 110 outlet. Then to the side here, you have your main power disconnect for the coach, as well as an awning switch. Now you can roll out your awning here on the main control board in there, or hooking your app to that, you can do it on your phone as well. So there's 3 different ways to roll the awning out on this vehicle. Now moving a little further, we have our fridge. Nice and spacious, has a top compartment for freezer, and then lower compartment for refrigerator with an LED light. All right, so moving on to the interior, you step on your nice little Jayco running board here. Then you move into the driver's cockpit and also your passengers area here. Now these seats, man, they look close together, don't they? Well, good thing they spread apart. So these 2 seats actually move apart, give you a little bit extra room. You can recline them as well. You can slide them back and forth with this handle here to give you a little bit extra space. Otherwise, you're definitely gonna be cozied up pretty close to your neighbor there. All right, now here's your J Command Center built by Firefly. It's gonna be a little hard to see with the glare, but I'm gonna work through this with you. So if you click to the home screen, this is gonna show you basically everything controlling the camper from this screen. This is kind of your one-stop shop here. You can control the lights from a master switch. You can view your fresh tank level, your gray tank level. You can view the water pump, turn on and off your gray tank heater, view your solar charging batteries, the lithium's on board, and check the temperature as well. Now if we move along to the light feature here, you have an on-off master switch, exterior and interior lights. I turned this one off earlier just because it was giving us even more of a glare. But yeah, you can turn all these on and off from this center right here. So if I hold down on this and draw my finger down, you'll see the lights dimming, and then draw my finger back up, see the lights bright. It will remember the last setting you left it at, so if you turn it on and off after that, it'll stay at the same setting it was previously. Now, going here, we can turn on our air conditioning if we need to, which we do, it's hot. I'm gonna go ahead and fire that up. We're on 30 amp service. That air conditioner does have manual adjustments for, you know, adjusting the direction of the airflow. It's not ducted system, but that little air conditioner right there will just about freeze us out of here. Moving right along to the next screen, we have our awning controls. You can see there's an ignition lockout. I started up the vehicle to get some air conditioning flowing in here. It will not let you run your awning out if your vehicle is in idle. So you have to shut it off, take the keys out. Actually, there's a push button start, so don't take the keys out, just shut it off, and then you'll be able to manipulate the awning. Now if you go to your settings here, mobile app. That is where you're going to pair your phone to the mobile app. It's a very simple procedure. Network diagnostics, you can adjust your screen brightness. If it's at night, it's not really nice having that all the way up. Bedwall switch strength, telling you the floor plan that you have for your vehicle. You can adjust the time, temperature units, and your cleaning mode. All right, moving right along to these other screens. There are a plethora of screens and buttons to control all of the solar charging systems and everything we have on board. Let's see if I can get you a better look at this. So that is showing you the charges and the voltage going to your lithium battery system. Now here, this Phrenology Wanderer is your actual solar charger, or solar controller rather, charge controller. You back off here, your stereo system, internal and external speakers on this unit. You have another screen here for the hot water system. You can turn that on and off from here and adjust the temperature as well. And you have your battery switches next to those. Now, one of the most exciting features on this camper, and this is able to be locked so nobody can use it, is the bed lift. Now, moving back to the sleeping quarters, we have this bed right here, which, believe it or not, holds 750 pounds. It is fully automated. While you're laying in bed, you have the ability to retract or extend your awning master light switch on and off, cargo area lights and accent lights. You can control just about everything in the camper, light wise and awning wise, from the bed. Now as a passenger, you have the ability to actually open this window and utilize the screen, or you could pop that screen off and just have the window open without it. There's also one on the passenger side. I pulled back the little privacy screen, which attaches with small buttons to get to the window here. And yeah, if you pull this out, it'll detach the screen and let the window open without the screen. Now looking further at the passenger side main entry door, we do have a magnetic screen door that's held by this buckle. In case you're in an area where you want to get some fresh air, you can roll this down, zip it all the way down to the bottom of the door, and then this magnet, believe it or not, you can still get through this door here even if it's zipped by just pulling here. So you can get through it quickly, let it close right back up, reattach the magnet, and it's resealed. All right, I listen to music constantly when I'm camping, so this is important to me. Hopefully important to you as well. So we have this Boss dual zone stereo system. Oh. So there's a speaker up front on the ceiling and a speaker in the rear behind the air conditioner back there, if you can see it, right over the bed. But I can control the zones of the speakers just like most other campers here. By clicking this button, now I've turned the inside zone off and only the outside zone is turned on. The speakers sound pretty good out there. So this is radio. You can Bluetooth to your cell phone. There's a USB port here. Now let's take a little bit closer look at some of the storage back here. You have these nice overhead storage compartments. There's one over the driver's cabin as well. You have all your manuals, your table that plugs in right down there. I already showed you this one. A little additional overhead storage here as well. All of these have those really nice latches I was showing you. They're just push button operation. You have all of these drawers as well in the kitchen area that all utilize the same latching system. Very quick and easy, very secure. Move along to this cabinet here. This is actually a portable inverter stove. So this can be plugged in into 110 power and be used as your stove. It'll sit right outside on the little flip down table. Now, I mentioned earlier there's a compressor on board you can attach to use the air compressor system, front and rear jacks for that. There is a spray hose attachment. I'll be getting to that in a second, but right over here, the spray hose can attach to the outside shower system. Now you'll see this additional little cabinet right here is pretty neat. This is actually a countertop extension. So you can pull this out, pull this countertop extension open, lay it down, and then when you're preparing your food right here, you have a little bit of additional space for food prep. And right above your food prep station, you have this cabinet right here. Store some canned goods, some boxes of cereal, bags of chips, whatever you want. All utilizing that nice little latch system. Just safety latch right there to stop that from popping open, one on each side. Go. So let's raise this bed back up and take a look at the rear storage compartment. All right, go ahead and hit the button. Up comes the bed. That bed holds 750 pounds, believe it or not. All right, we have the bed raised up all the way. Let's take a look at the storage compartment back here. So, we have a good amount of space. You can store mountain bikes, strap them down with these nice little ram mount locks, coolers, your camping gear, whatever it might be. You want to make sure that all of that is sturdy and mounted correctly, packed correctly while you're driving, especially if you're going off-road and four-wheeling and going into some remote areas where it might be a little bit of a rougher ride. So they offer these tracks here to help you tie all your gear down correctly. There is a handle here to open these doors from the interior as well. So you can get it in on the vehicle from the inside, you don't have to be from the outside. Now right above my head, you will see some additional storage compartments. These are actually hollowed out underneath the inside of the bed. So you have a little bit of extra space there for storage as well. You can slide smaller items into the netting right here too. So each one of these has a recessed storage space. Turn our reading light off there. 110 outlet here, 110 outlet on the floor. And then if you've ever owned a Jayco before, this is gonna look very familiar to you. All of our fifth wheels and other motorhomes have a very similar setup for valves to accomplish the goal you want to with the water system. So whether you're dry camping, filling your tank, using city water, winterizing, or you want to sanitize your system, you just turn these valves to the corresponding diagram to accomplish that goal. Right here, we have our city water connection. There's one on the exterior as well, on the driver's side wall. Above those valves, we have our standard outside shower set up here. There was a spray hose attachment in this cabinet right here that you can attach and use to spray off your gear outside the vehicle. We have hot and cold water and also access to our water pump right here. Let's go ahead and open our doors. Go ahead and unlock it. All right. Now let me show you a really interesting feature we have. There's actually a screen door in the back here as well. You simply remove these clips, pop those loose, and the screen door is going to roll right down. Now this, very similar to the passenger side door, has this magnetic mounting system. So let me show you how that works. All right, so once our screen door is fully rolled down, I do have the screen part open, but you can zip this closed for extra privacy. This has a similar mounting system as the passenger door, where you can pop this open and get in and out, and then let it pop close, and the magnets secure right back together for a nice good seal to keep the bugs out. Okay, now the shower and the restroom can also be used as storage. So they have these nice bamboo racks in the shower area. We also have these really cool latches here. So this latch, when you turn this, not only does it just pop the latch in, but the latch actually cranks down, and if you can see that, tightens, so these doors aren't rattling around on you. I've traveled in other Class B motorhomes that just had simple, oh gosh, just simple little plastic latches you would see on a drawer and things like that, and they rattle the entire time you're driving. I was shoving all kinds of things in them, trying to stop them from rattling. This is a really nice touch by the engineers at Jayco to develop something that should ride very quietly. All right, if you look in here, you have your shower head, little portal, vent fan, LED light, a retractable clothes hanger. Pull this out. Let's see, unlock it first. There you go. Zip this across here and place to hang your clothes to dry. Lock that back down. Do have a shower curtain, a toilet, small little storage compartment there for shampoo and such, and your drain. But this is a really valuable spot to store things while you're traveling. Now moving into the cockpit. This is really state-of-the-art Mercedes here. You know, we have fully power seats right here. Move the seats back and forth, up and down, full lumbar support. You have memory settings, you have heated seats, your door locks. You come up here, you can adjust your mirrors or fold them in with power. You have an extremely hands-free setup here as far as communicating on your cell phone or operating the stereo system, controlling the distance you're following somebody on the highway with the cruise control. Actually has paddle shifting if you want to be brave and use that. And then this really nice LED heads-up display in the dashboard. Now this is a keyless start, so you do have a key fob, and then you use this button to fire up the engine. Now there's all kinds of collision mitigation and other technology on this as well. You have a parking camera that you can use here. You can hook up your telephone. There's a navigation system. Cycle straight to the radio. Let's see what this button does. Adjusting all your vehicle lights. There's your parking lane control here as well. Turn all this on and off. Assistance, camera, traffic sign assistance, active lane keeping assistance, active brake assist, so it'll even help you brake if you were about to collide with someone. Attention assistance. This must block calls and things like that. Suggest a rest area if it senses you swerving a little more than you should. And there's a blind spot assist that's turned on as well. Exterior lighting delays, interior lighting delays, locator lighting. If you scroll through this system, it is extremely dynamic what it offers. You know, you can do live software updates, you can pin protect it, back up your system. It'll load all of your contacts into it for a true hands-free driving experience. Now above your head, have a nice flip down visor right here, but then there's a nice little storage spot as well. Maybe you can store whatever you need, whether you're throwing, if you're like me, I'd probably throw a bunch of hats up there or have your maps or whatever else you need, reading materials while you're driving and traveling. And then in the center console here, control all of your cabin lights and your rear dome light as well. All right, let's see what's under the hood. All right, let's take a look at that 3-liter diesel power plant we have. Everything's very accessible. This little red knob here, which I've learned the hard way, you remove and pull that out to be able to access your battery to jump start this. So you actually ground to that little knob right there, that brass looking bolt, and then you attach the positive to jump start it right there where that red little contraption is. You have your overflows, oil, your air box. It must be brake fluid, I'm assuming. And then important, DEF fluid. This is where you refill your DEF. So whether you're at the gas station, this does have an alert system. If you're running low on DEF, it will tell you, I think when you're at a quarter tank, if I remember correctly, you add your new, refill your DEF fluid right here.